torture as well as murder of Kashmiri Pandit nurse Sarla Bhat, the State Investigation Agency of Kashmir is now set to file a 737-page charge sheet before a special court in Srinagar against 5 terrorists of the banned Jammu and Kashmir Liberation Front for the 1990 case. Now, this development marks a significant breakthrough in a 35-year-old targeted killing case that contributed significantly to the mass exodus of Kashmiri Pandits from the valley. Now, sources have revealed to NewsX that the charge sheet names top JKLF terrorists in the planning and murder, including Mohammad Yasin Malik, the then chief commander of the JKLF, Khurshid Ahmed Chalku, Abdul Hamid Sheikh, Mohammad Yusuf Sofi alias Idris, and Ghulam Mohammad Taplu. Remember, while Abdul Hamid Sheikh, Mohammad Yusuf Sofi alias Idris, and Ghulam Mohammad Taplu are deceased, Mohammad Yasin Malik is presently in judicial custody in another legal case. Now, legal proceedings including proclamation proceedings have been initiated against absconding terrorist Khurshid Ahmed Chalku, who was the man who reportedly pulled the trigger, who is believed to have exfiltrated to Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Now, let's revisit what happened to Sarla Bhat, the tragedy that happened with regards to her brutal murder that took place all the way back in April 1990. So, who exactly was Sarla Bhat and what happened to her? Now, Sarla Bhat was a Kashmiri Pandit nurse. She was working at the SKIMS Srinagar hospital. She was 27 years old and she was a Hindu woman from Anantnag who was living in the Kashmir Valley working as a nurse. Terrorists from JKLF abducted her from her hostel on the 15th of April 1990. She was then horrendously killed through an automatic rifle fire at the Umer colony in Malbagh in Srinagar after being abducted. She was reportedly gang raped repeatedly and tortured for several days by her attackers. Her body was then found bullet-ridden and mutilated in downtown Srinagar. And after her body was found on the 19th of April, it was handed over the next day, that's on the 20th of April, to her family. Her family was then unable to provide appropriate cremation due to threats that were issued by the terrorists. Her killing had spread fear among the remaining Kashmiri Pandit families in the area, in particular in her home in Anantnag as well. It triggered an immediate flight of Hindus from her neighborhood in Anantnag. The atrocity, of course, accelerated the mass exodus of Kashmiri Pandits in 1990. This has been a case that has, of course, been a tragedy, and now 35 years after, the SIA, which was handed over the case in March 2024, has now decided to file this 737-page charge sheet. Of course, of the 5 identified terrorists, 3 are deceased, 1 remains absconding, and non-bailable warrant has been initiated against the absconding fugitive as well. Joining me on the broadcast is SP Ved, former DGP of J&K. Sir, thank you so much for having taken out time to speak with us on NewsX. We all remember what happened in 1990. This was one of the cases, one of the tragedies that had curdled the blood of people, had led to so much fear. It had accelerated the exodus of the Kashmiri Pandits from the valley. Now, 35 years later, it's been reopened by the SIA that was handed the case on the 18th of March 2024, 737-page charge sheet. There's been ballistic examinations, archival footage, archival witness testimonies have been recorded as well. How significant is it now, after so many decades, that this case has been reopened?
the SIA, and though it took so many years, I wish it was done much earlier. 35 years is a huge time to conclude an investigation, but great work by SIA. I wish such cases, which were actually instrumental in the exodus of Kashmiri Pandits and creating fear in their minds, like Sarla Bhat's case, they should pick up one by one, and I think that will restore some confidence, and these perpetrators must be punished. Now, as you were mentioning, out of these 5 accused, 3 are already dead: Hamid Sheikh, Idris, and another third one, I don't remember his name, and the 4th one is absconding maybe in Pakistan. So the only surviving person in India remains the JKLF chief, who is in custody. I think it's a great work. A lot of painstaking, hard work takes place, because after 35 years, getting evidence is so difficult. So they were able to at least join some of the dots, get that forensic evidence of the weapon and the rounds fired, matching them, some of the statements of the surviving witnesses, because 35 years, a huge time. Many of the witnesses must have not been living now. So great painstaking work. I think maybe very late, but then some justice will come. And Sarla Bhat's case was absolutely shocking, not only to the community, the whole state of Jammu and Kashmir and the country, because the way she was tortured, she was actually serving these people, the very people who actually executed her. She was nursed there, nursing them in the SKICC, in the SKIMS there in Saura. And I remember I have worked as a SHO Saura in the 80, when I was under training in 88. So this happened, as you said, in April, 15th of April, 1990. So the repeated rapes of her in the downtown Srinagar, her body being tortured and then killed, it was horrible. So that actually, I think, our the memories of those family are revived. So very horrible. They will go through. So God bless whoever is surviving. We must one by one pick up such cases, and whatever little can be done by SIA, whatever evidence they can lay hand after 35 years, now a long period. Cases like Sarla Bhat, which had happened in the early 90s and late 89s, must be picked up, and some of them we are able to get evidence. We should close them and challan them in the court.
Absolutely, sir. A quick follow-up to that, since you've rightly pointed out the fact that there are so many other cases such as this that deserve to be opened up once again, whose families deserve closure as well. But I wanted to understand from you, in your long years of service, what are the usual challenges that come with reconstructing such decades-old cases like this?
In the 90s, the SP Badgam, which is neighboring district of Srinagar. Those days, policemen would not dare to go to downtown or those inner areas. So there was no question of getting evidence. So that's why you see such cases. They were actually not completed by the investigating agencies. And so many years have passed, and I think no one paid attention. Good that the chief of the SIA is taking efforts to correct that. See, as your question is, what are the challenges? The challenges are, 35 years is a very long period. So many evidences get destroyed. It's not easy to get them. You may not be able to even get witnesses, because many of them would have died. You may not be able to scene of crime. You have to reconstruct how it happened, where did it happen, who were the perpetrators. So it's a very difficult task collecting evidence, and many of them either died or they have crossed across. So you even accused persons, you may not be able to lay hand. Who do you interrogate? So these are difficult challenges which come. But as you said, people know. There's a common saying in Kashmir Valley that लोगों को सब मालूम होता है. So people know what truth is. So many of the local people in that area know who were the people involved. I think if police takes painstaking effort, talks to these people of that area. So many of the people are cooperative. They'll tell you who were the people, who were the terrorists involved in this particular case, like in Sarla Bhat's case, in other cases also. ये जो दुनिया है ये सब जानती है. So in Kashmir, people know who were the perpetrators of particular case of rape, torture or murder. So only effort required by police is to get those people, record their statements, go ahead with the actual witnesses, find out the witnesses and record their statements, whatever evidence, because mere getting witnesses do not actually get, you are not able to convict the people. You need to have solid evidence, the circumstantial evidence, the actual evidence which can actually close the case for conviction in the court.
Absolutely, sir. I'd like to thank you for taking out time, having shared your insight with us on the broadcast. Also joining me is my colleague Ajay Jandyal, but before I go across to him, let's also take a look at the status of the 5 accused in this particular charge sheet. First up being Mohammad Yasin Malik. He was the JKLF chief commander, the alleged mastermind who planned the abduction and killing of Sarla Bhat. His current status is he is alive, he is in judicial custody in another case. Remember, he has been in jail since April 2019 when he was arrested by the National Investigation Agency. He was convicted by a special NIA court in May 2022 on charges including criminal conspiracy, waging war against the state and funding terrorism. He was subsequently handed 2 life sentences alongside 5 10-year rigorous imprisonment terms that he is currently serving, and he remains incarcerated at Tihar jail in New Delhi. Apart from Yasin Malik, the second accused is Khurshid Ahmed Chalku. He is the absconding terrorist against whom the non-bailable warrants have been issued. He is the man who pulled the trigger and executed the killing. He is the one who was operating the automatic rifle that killed Sarla Bhat. He is currently absconding. He is believed to be in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. The third accused who has been charge sheeted is Abdul Hamid Sheikh. He was a JKLF terrorist involved in planning and executing the abduction and murder. He is currently deceased. The fourth named in this particular charge sheet is Mohammad Yusuf Sofi. His alias was Idris. He was a JKLF terrorist involved in conspiracy, planning and execution of Sarla Bhat. He is deceased as well. And the last and final, that's the fifth accused who's been named in this charge sheet, is Ghulam Mohammad Taplu, JKLF operative involved in abduction and killing of Sarla Bhat as well. He is deceased as well. My colleague Ajay Jandyal joins on the broadcast. Ajay, of course, significant development, 737 page charge sheet by the SIA in this investigation. We remember that the case was taken over on the 18th of March 2024. Since then, there have been fresh ballistic examinations. Archival footage has been scrounged through as well. Archival eyewitness testimonies have been taken in too. And what's interesting is that the fresh ballistic examination established that the 3 cartridges recovered from the crime scene had been fired from the same automatic weapon that was used to horrendously kill Sarla Bhat. It's been 35 long years. We are of course expecting legal proceedings to commence on this matter as well. What are your police sources revealing to you?
What we have seen that for last, decades, for many decades, the people of the Kashmiri Pandit community, they were waiting for this justice, because it is not only a single standalone case of Sarla Bhat. There are hundreds of people, those who have lost their life, those who were brutally murdered, raped, but no one have heard them. And why it has happened? Because of the previous comment, because everyone was facing and raising, saying so many things. So that is the reason. But in 2024, when this case was handed over to the State Investigation Agency, they have ensured that in 2 years they have, do a detailed investigation in this matter, and then, take that case to the conclusion and for the justice as well. And not only this case, but after this charge sheet of 737 pages is going to be, submitted in the court, this is going to give a hope to other family members as well, because Kashmiri Pandit was saying that they are not having any hope that they will get justice. They are not having any hope that they will go back and return back to the, Kashmir, their homeland. But still, they were fighting. But now after this, charge sheet is filed, there are apprehensions and there are hopes to the Kashmiri Pandit community that they are also going to get justice. And like Sarla Bhat, there are so many those who were killed and those who have lost their life, their family members, they are waiting for the justice. They are also going to get justice in the coming times.
All right, Ajay, with that, I would like to thank you for taking our time sharing all of those details with our viewers. On that note, we dip into a quick short break. More news and updates on the other side. Stay tuned on NewsX.